might be watching, you're in the US and you think, well, what does that matter? I can't get one anyways in the US. That's not really true because I ordered one myself in the US, got it shipped here and everything. What is going on? So I know we have been a little bit MIA lately. You know, we went to Vegas for CES for a few days. You know, there was some planning around that and all of that trip, which was fantastic. But a lot of you probably know I actually had a baby boy. Me and my wife had a baby boy this past week. So it's been a little bit of crazy. You know, we've been a little bit behind in some videos and some coffee and VR shows and all that stuff. But all of that stuff is still gonna move forward. But I wanted to get a video out and just kind of do more vlog style because right now with the time crunch of everything and things just being busy and family coming to visit, you know, all of that kind of stuff, there's just not as much time for those edited, you know, videos. This is just gonna be so much quicker, but there's been a lot going on. Me and Tyler have been playing a little bit. We have actually been getting a lot of accessories for the Pico 4 and the Quest Pro. I've really been trying to dial those things in. And as you can see, the Pico 4 sitting here, this is the one I've really been focusing on. And really, it's a pretty great headset. You know, and a lot of you might be watching, you're in the US and you think, well, what does that matter? I can't get one anyways in the US. That's not really true because I ordered one myself in the US, got it shipped here and everything. So the secret to that, and it's not really much of a secret, but Amazon UK. If you go to Amazon UK in the US, you can order it on Amazon UK and they will ship it to you here in the United States. I think it cost me like an extra 30 or 40 bucks to get this headset. But this headset is actually a really good headset. I mean, it really is. This is probably the closest thing right now that we have to really a Quest 2 competitor. You know, a headset that is similar in price, even a little bit better in some of the specs than the Quest 2. The biggest downfall that I have found with the Pico 4 is the storefront. You know, I've bought a lot of things on the Oculus Store, a lot of things on Steam. You know, having to repurchase some of those games on the Pico, you know, standalone platform, not really something I want to do. You know, that's not something that I want to spend more money on to get the games that I already own on the Quest 2. But they have a couple exclusive stuff. You know, you can do virtual desktop. That way you can play your Steam games and stuff like that on the headset. It's actually a pretty decent headset, to be honest with you. So my biggest complaint about this thing was the original facial interface. It was just not great. You know, it was not very comfortable for me. It left like a lot of pressure on my cheeks. It just was kind of itchy and just not a comfortable facial interface. So I don't think VR Cover has anything official yet. Usually I run a lot of VR Cover stuff, but this is actually an AMVR facial interface. So it's still the same kind of style. You know, it's that pleather kind of material. It's way more comfortable. I mean, this thing makes the headset so much more comfortable. As you can also see, we got the BoboVR dock on there, or head strap accessory. I don't know what they're calling this thing. The BoboVR BD2P4 battery strap upgrade combo for the Pico 4. So got that on there. We're gonna cover that a little bit more. I haven't had it on there real long. I just put it on there this morning. I've been playing some games with it, so I'm still up in the air a little bit on that. But one thing I did want to talk about, the AMVR controller grips. These things are actually really, really good. They're not real expensive. They work very well. They're real easy to put on and off. They actually just snap on that top part and the bottom part of the halo ring that kind of goes around there. And those things are extremely comfortable. They're more of like a rubbery silicone kind of a feel. They're not super, super soft like on your hand, this part here, but they're still, you know, they're still really comfortable. They work really well. They grip your hand well. That way you can, you know, throw and release your hand. They kind of index style, you know, they have the strap that tightens down. Some of the Kiwi and these latest like Abaca straps that have this silicone, like this silicone is so soft, and it's not quite that soft on the back of your hand, but those AMVR grips, they're one of the only ones that I've seen so far for the Pico 4 controllers, and they work really well. I'm really impressed with them so far. I really like using those. One thing with this BoboVR BD2P4, I don't know why they call it that, but the battery strap upgrade combo, there are some big improvements with this. One is this top pad is so much more padded than the little leather strap that goes along the top, as well as the back part that cups your head. That part is way more comfortable than the factory kind of, I don't know, it's like a a real cheap rubberized, like, you know, the other one, the Bobo is more like a memory foam type stuff. This is just a cheap back pad that's on the Pico 4, nothing special. So that is a really big improvement. One of the things that I love about this is that orange power cable that goes on there. I'm actually a really big fan of the color orange, but that is one of the things I really like about it, is just the simple, you know, that little flare of color. One thing that I can tell you about this though is when you look at a Quest 2 headset, you know, a Quest 2 headset is very front heavy from the factory. You know, you have all the bulk in the front of the headset. It's not very well balanced. So adding that BoboVR battery on the back actually balances the headset very well, makes it very comfortable. With the Pico 4, however, this headset is actually very well balanced from the factory. So the way you get it is very comfortable and very balanced. Actually adding this battery pack on the back of this actually throws that off some. It actually makes the headset a little bit more back heavy. So instead of it being front heavy or balanced, you know, front heavy like the Oculus Quest 2 or balanced, you know, factory Pico 4, this actually makes it tilt to the back. So you actually feel a little bit of weight, like a little bit of pull on the back of your head. So when you're playing, you actually, it's not something I've normally experienced, because usually, you know, in VR, especially standalone, you're usually front heavy, you know, playing Quest 1, Quest 2. So this is something I'm gonna have to get used to and see how well I really like that. It's just kind of a weird feeling, but that extra battery life is great though when you're playing. You know, you get an extra, like, I would say roughly 2 hours usually is what I get out of those, and I'm sure they're the same batteries as what was with the Quest 2. And you also get this dock here. So this dock comes with this setup with 2 batteries. That way, you know, when you need to charge a battery, you just slap it on there and it charges on this dock, as well as that comes with that like silicone sticky stuff on the bottom. That way it stays in place and the little base doesn't move around. So far, big fan of the AMVR controller grips. I think these things are pretty awesome. Big fan of the AMVR facial interface. Still want to see what VR Cover does. You know, I'm hoping that maybe VR Cover can come out with one, or somebody, and help the field of view a little bit, because I don't feel like the AMVR one really helps the field of view at all. This is a good looking headset though. You gotta admit, pretty good looking headset. I still haven't even removed the sticker stuff off the bottom, so it's still on there. But it really is a good looking headset, and I've been enjoying the Pico 4. I think it is an excellent Quest 2 competitor. You know, if you're looking for something other than a Quest 2, you don't want to get in that Facebook ecosystem. You know, Pico 4, you are getting into the ByteDance ecosystem. Essentially, the owners of TikTok own that company, but I really do think it's a pretty good competitor headset. If you want to go ahead and pick it up on Amazon UK, there will be a link in the description. You do also have to get a VPN. You have to use a VPN to download the app on your phone. So that's another thing I had to do, but I mean, it's real easy. It's not hard to do. And you know, if that's a headset you want and you don't want to wait till it officially comes to the US, if that happens, you know, I don't know. They said that it should happen, but who knows when? I have no idea. But I think that it's a pretty good headset, and I need to use it more and more. You know, typically right now, my main go-to headset is the Quest 2 and the Quest Pro. So I need to use this more, but you know, most of my games are on, you know, as far as standalone, are on the Oculus platform. So that makes it a little bit difficult, but the BoboVR battery strap upgrade combo, still in the air a little bit. But I do love the fact of these hotspot batteries. Like, you just can't go wrong with these things. I use them so much on my Quest 2 that I rarely ever even charge that thing. What I usually do is when it runs low, I just snap another battery on there. Like, I don't even know the last time that I really plugged my Quest 2 headset into the wall. I just swap out batteries all the time, so I love it. So I do have like a bunch of other stuff that I want to show you guys and talk about. I've gotten quite a few accessories for the Quest Pro to make that thing more comfortable, you know, improve that thing a little bit, because it has been a little bit uncomfortable for me in longer play sessions and that forehead pressure. So some pretty big upgrades for that thing. We'll get into some of that. Should be some coffee and VR shows coming up pretty soon. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you think of this style video. It's definitely so much easier and quicker to do. You know, vlog style, I'll grab a camera and I just talk to it. I don't, you know, try to edit this video with a ton of B-roll. You know, I'll probably throw some B-roll in here, but life's just been busy. But I enjoy making videos, I enjoy making content, so we're gonna keep getting some stuff out there, but I got a ton of stuff to show you. Still some pretty cool stuff with the Y'all 2 that I wanna do. And hey, that's it. Just let me know what you guys think, and we'll see you in the next one. Later.